Welcome back, Falcons!
I'm your host, Amber Romero.
And I'm your co-host, Lizette Velasquez.
This week's theme is all about attendance, so let's get into this week's broadcast.
The Falcons student at Falcons Cook, where I'll be showing you this week's new snacks.
Want to find out the new languages for this week? Then skip on over to our show to find out.
Hey Falcons, I'm your host Tyler White. This week's question is about public attendance and the New Year trips. Welcome back, Falcons. I'm your host for Weekly Weather. So skip to our show to find out what this week's weather is. Why is it allowed to go to school? Tune into my show to find out.
This week's word of the day is attendance, and the number of the day is 0.
We chose attendance because we should always attend to school no matter what. We also chose the number 0 because you should always get 0 tardies and 0 absences throughout the entire year.
This week's quote is, some people dream for success, while others wake up and work hard for it.
That's a really good quote. You can never have success without working hard for it.
Yeah, that's why I really like that quote. It encourages me to work hard.
Yeah, it really does. Anyways, let's head over to different words to say with your host, Bernie Duarte, to see what words we're learning today.
Welcome back, Falcons, to different ways to say. I'm your host, Mackenzie Mayoral. This week we'll be teaching you Filipino and Vietnamese. Since this week's theme is attendance, the sentence will be, attend today and achieve tomorrow. The first language up is Tagalog, but first I'm gonna try to say it. Dumalo ngayon makamit ang buka.
Dumalo ngayon makamit ang buka.
The next language up is Vietnamese. Damtu nag hôm nay đạt được ngày mai.
Được ngày hôm nay, đạt được ngày mai.
That's all for today, folks. Don't forget to be here every day for half 0 tardies and 0 absences. Now back to the studio with your host, Amber and Lizette.
Amber, have you heard of the game called Anthem?
No, I haven't. What is it about?
I'm actually not sure, but I heard Game Alert should be talking about it. So let's skip over to Game Alert to find out more.
What's up, Fairgrove Falcons? I'm Anthony Navarro, your host for Game Alert. Before we start talking about games, there's something we need to discuss. Here at Fairgrove Academy, attendance
Why you bullying me?
is a very important thing. Our principal doesn't want 0% attendance, she wants 100% attendance. So make sure you go to bed early and wake up early to start school. Also make sure you eat a good breakfast and to not play games before you go to bed. With that said, let's get on to the games. This week's game is not about attendance, but it is still a game I would recommend. This week's game is involved with robots and is set in the future. That game is Anthem. Anthem is a game set in the future where Earth has been overrun by monsters and aliens, and the only safe place left on Earth is the Anthem. The characters you play as in Anthem are freelancers, which are humans who can go out on missions and talk to other players. Anthem is coming out on February 22nd, 2019, and it's going to be available for PS4, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows. Now here's the trailer for Anthem.
The gods vanished and left our world in chaos, creating, altering, destroying. The anthem is all that remains.
There's a storm coming. These walls can't protect us forever.
Something is out there. It wants to destroy us all.
you guys enjoyed that trailer. Remember Falcons, before you guys start to play, you should finish all your homework. That's it, back to the studio with Amber and Lizette.
Thanks, Anthony. Try doing the trick that Josh taught us from last week, and I'm hoping he can teach us another good trick.
Pretty sure he can. He knows many good tricks.
And we should skip over to skateboard trick of the week with your host, Josh Lopez.
Window, she's screaming, I body slam on the cement until the concrete gave and created a sinkhole. Bury this thing like a window.
What's up, guys? It's Josh Lopez, your host for Skateboard Trick of the Week. And this week, I'll be teaching you guys how to frontside pop shove. The frontside pop shove is pretty much the same thing as the normal shove. As you guys may know, it's attendance week, so if you're running late, here's what you can do. If you're trying to get to school early, try skating. It'll help you get to class on time and has 0 tardies. These are my tips for you guys, and anyways, let's put on protection and get back into skating. Now this is the front shove.
To do the front shove, you need to scoop forward with your back foot and catch it with your front foot.
As you can see, that was the frontside pop shove. As you guys can see, that may seem simple, but actually it took me multiple days to master the trick. It took me around 3 days just to master the trick. Now that we're done with that, let's get into some interesting facts about the frontside pop shove. Ronnie Mullins said the first shove was done frontside by Alan Gelfand and by him in Venezuela of 1979. Did you know the first frontside pop shove was done by accident? Did you know Alan Gelfand, the guy who made the frontside pop shove, also did one of skateboarding's most modern day tricks, the ollie? Well, that's all for this week, Falcons. I hope you learned a thing or two. Now back to the studio with Amber and Lizette.
Thanks, Josh. Anyways, let's head over to Would You Rather with your host, Tyler White.
What's up, Fairgrove? Welcome to This or That. Before we go on to the question of the week, we encourage you to be at school on time and have 0 absences. The question of the week is, would you rather go to a beach for the perfect attendance trip or an amusement park? Now let's go see what your fellow Falcons would choose.
I'd rather go to the beach. Amusement park. Beach. Beach.
I will choose the amusement park. I pick amusement park.
Amusement park.
Beach. Beach.
I like to come home with my arms and my legs, so I pick amusement park.
Amusement park. Beach. Amusement park. Beach.
I hope that Perla snack is successful this week.
I'm pretty sure it will be. Anyways, let's go check out Falcon Cooks with their host, Perla Colleen.
What's up, Fairgrove Falcons? Welcome to Falcons Cook. I'm your host, Perla Collin. For this week's perfect attendance snack, you'll be making a pineapple parfait. The utensils you will be needing are a spoon and a cup. But before you start making your snack, wash your hands for 30 seconds. The ingredients you will be needing are yogurt, pineapple chunks, mandarin oranges, raspberries, coconut flakes, and granola. The first thing you need to do is pour in 4 spoonfuls of yogurt into your cup. Then put in your mandarin oranges. Then put in your raspberries. Then put in your pineapples. Then put in 2 spoonfuls of granola. Last, sprinkle the coconut shreddings. Now today we have Abram Machado trying our snack.
The raspberry makes it really good.
Well, that's all for this week, Falcons. Make sure to tune in to my show next week. And don't forget, don't have more than 0 absences or tardies.
Thanks, Perla. Hey, Amber, I wonder what interesting things Mr. May is going to be talking about this week.
Probably something mysterious. Anyways, let's head over to Mythbusting with your host, Mr. May.
I'm your host, Abram Estrada, and this is Mythbusting with Mr. May. Why is it allowed to go to school?
Okay, before we became an agricultural society many thousands of years ago, kids learned by playing and participating in activities from their tribes. In ancient Judea, Jewish leaders insisted that parents give their kids an informal education. Plato in the Republic, which is a document he wrote, Plato lived about 2,500 years ago, he's a Greek philosopher. He was one of the first ones to call for mandatory child education, where kids had to go to school. And what was real interesting was the Aztecs in Mexico was the first nation that actually mandated children going to school, which I thought was interesting. In about the early 1500s, Martin Luther, who was the German reformer, decided that it was probably a good idea to send kids to school so they could learn to read the Bible, and a lot of people in Europe picked up from that. So that spread throughout Europe and the Near East. And what was real interesting is the oldest university in the world is a Muslim university in Iraq, which predates anything that Europe had. So that was an interesting fact that I found out. Massachusetts was the first state to pass compulsory education, making kids go to school in 1852. And they had done the same thing back in the mid-1600s when they created the Boston Latin School, which I talked about a little while ago. For most of the history of public schools in the United States, it was private and it was only for male students. Women were taught at home, where the boys went to school. Now that, you have the one-room schoolhouse that developed in the West, and all the kids went to school there. Now with the flow of immigrants in the late 1900s and early 20th century, many more states started passing compulsory education laws to help the immigrant children become assimilated into the American culture. Also at the same time, there was a widespread fear that businesses would take advantage of children. A business could pay a child 10 cents a week, where they had to pay a man or a woman $1 a week. So they thought that the businesses would hire only children. So a lot more states pass laws, make it legal for kids to go to school, to keep them from having to be because they could pay a child a lot less than they can pay an adult, so they would hire children over adults. So the states started to again pass compulsory education laws to protect children. Now all 50 states have compulsory education, and there are some exceptions. You can be homeschooled by your parents, that's okay, and you can be homeschooled for religious reasons also. So that's why we have to go to school.
Thanks, Mr. May. You have to have perfect attendance to learn everything. There's going to be a 0% chance of me missing school this year. That's it for this week, Falcons. Now back to your hosts, Amber and Lizette.
And don't forget to go to school, Falcons.
Thanks, Abram.
Did you know that when students improve their attendance rates, they improve their academic prospects and chances for graduating?
Yeah, see, that's one reason why we should not miss school. It's very important. Anyways, let's check out Weekly Weather with your host, Edgar Reynoso, to see the weather's forecast.
What's up, Fairgrove Falcons? I'm your host for Weekly Weather. This week's theme is attendance. So you better attendance.
Attend what?
Attend this weekly forecast.
Boy, if you don't get...
So let's hop into this week's forecast.
On Thursday, it's going to be sunny with a high 90 and a low 61. On Friday, it's going to be sunny with a high 90 and a low 61. On Saturday, it's going to be sunny with a high 85 and a low 61. On Sunday, it's going to be sunny with a high 83 and a low 63. On Monday, it's going to be mostly cloudy with a high 80 and a low 60. On Tuesday, there's going to be a 20% chance of rain with a high 73 and a low 56. On Wednesday, there's going to be 20% chance of rain with a low 76.
That's the forecast for this week. Let's hop into this week's Doppler radar.
In the green areas, there's going to be light rain, and other than that, there's going to be 0 rain.
That's it for this week, Falcons. Now let's head back to the studio with Amber and Lizette.
Let's go check out Song of the Week with your hosts, Zeferino and Gulo. And remember to have 0 tardies and 0 absences.
Hello, my name is Zeferino Angulo, your host for Song of the Week. And this week I'll be showing you pictures of dinner and movie and the blackout dance and be telling you this week's song. This week's song is Attendance. This song was released in 2017 by Trey Chaney, and its genre is hip-hop. I chose this song because it shows how important it is to attend school. I hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
salute to my students in attendance. Sitting at your desk doing work makes a difference. Education is the key to success. So get up, get dressed, don't forget to eat a good breakfast. Elevate your mind to another level. Becoming a leader is so exciting, very special. I'm here to tell you, come to school each and every day. No matter what, you gotta make it past 12th grade. And don't be late, speed up the pace. You are the future presidents and lawyers of today. No, it's not a game, look how far I came. I'm trying to put it in your mind, you could do the same. You gotta be here, I'm talking right now. Everybody fist in the air, scream and shout. You gotta be here, I'm talking right now. Everybody fist in the air, scream and shout. Attendance, come together, motivate the future. Attendance, parents keep preaching to your children. Attendance is the most important thing in the world. Attendance. Listen to the message, every boy and every girl. Students. We care for you, let you know we there for you. When times get rough, let us know we'll lift you up and motivate you, don't you ever forget it. So